So the Batman Arkham series are amazing games, and if you haven't played them for some reason, I highly suggest you do so because they are great. Now, what isn't great is ranking them because it puts you in a really hard place and you're gonna get hate pretty much no matter how you do it. Now, as you know, I'm a big Batman fan. I'm not editing this video. I think I'm gonna go in raw no rubber with this one. But if you know, go back about 8 months, I was talking about Arkham Legacy, which down your throat, get fucked. I predicted how the game was gonna work. You absolute cucks. But yeah, I was talking about Arkham Legacy. I've been a big Arkham fan since I was 6, since I was 5 even, since I got my first Xbox 360. First game was Batman Arkham Asylum, followed by Arkham City. On my PS4, Arkham Knight was my first game. On my Xbox One, Arkham Knight was my first game. I am a huge Arkham nerd. I've bought in the season pass for every single game, bar Arkham City on the Xbox 360, and I've gotten every single game on the Xbox 360, PS3, PS4, and Xbox One, bar none, except for the VR, but that's not like a real game. So I think I have the experience to say that I can give a definitive ranking for Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Origins, and Arkham Knight. First off, Arkham Asylum. This game gets too much love if you ask me. Genuinely, it is not that good. Arkham Asylum does get the C tier, and I'll explain why. So lackluster. Genuinely, everything you do feels like a fetch quest, and there's no real, like, anything. You have to go here, then you have to go here, then you have to go here, and it's not even strung about in a fun way. You don't glide in a fun way. Half the game is literally you walking across the asylum. What's the point of the cape? You need it to pass like 3 spots in the game, but still, Arkham Asylum is not that good of a game. The story is basic. The gameplay is run down basic. There's no real redeeming qualities other than it kickstarted the Arkham franchise, and for its time, it was an amazing game. The combat was revolutionary. Stealth, detective, grappling, all stealth mode. I mean, like Predator sections, all so original and inspiring. They were all so good. They were all so original. By now, it's not that good. Like if we remove the nostalgia, the rose tinted glasses, it was never that good. Genuinely, it was never that good. Well, it was at the time, but now it's subpar. Arkham City gets an easy S tier, and I will tell you why. Have you ever fucking played the game? It's amazing. Have you ever played the game? It's so good. It's genuinely so good. And I'll tell you why. Combat was made so much more enjoyable, so much better. The combat takedowns, the moving from person to person, the quick fire. Oh my god, so good. And then the stealth predator sections, so good too. You could corner takedown, you could ice smash takedown, you could take down smash, which was so needed in Arkham Asylum. Oh my god, the amount of times I've died because I've only, you know, because I've fucking not been able to smash takedown is insane. The only reason I haven't died more is because of how stupid the AI is in Asylum. Asylum is stupid easy, even on hard. But city's fun, city's difficult at times. Um, and the bosses they were Clayface, banger, Grundy, banger, fucking Freeze, oh my god, best boss in gaming history, I tell you what. It was such a good boss, Mr. Freeze. Having to figure out new ways to navigate through everything you had to do, take him down. You could use the jammer, electricity, wall, another form of electricity. Great. Tightrope. Smash down on him. Silent takedown. So good. Everything about it was so good, and it made you really have to use your brain. You would have to thought hard about it, a lot like how the Batman does. It's insanely good. And the combat maps were fire, bangers after bangers after bangers in terms of DLC too. Catwoman. I know she's now part of the base game, but holy shit, she's such a cool character to play as in this game. Unlike something we'll see later. No, I'm kidding. Robin, so good, and he's not bald as fuck. I don't like his bald design on Arkham Knight, but he's so good. He's so fun to use. Nightwing, Patrice, I swear, so good. And then the combat maps. You have the Joker's Funhouse. I don't know if that's the actual name, but it's like where you have the time limit and you need to take out normal thugs, then ninjas, then armored thugs, then thugs with guns, then a Titan thug, and then you have to get to 1,000,000 points to really win the challenge map. So good, and if you have the right fighting style, you can do it, or if you follow a certain set of rules, you can do it. However, I have a hard time, and it's fun. I've mastered the combat, and it's still hard. It's a really hard mode. Let's see, what's next? Right. DLC, like we were talking about. Harley Quinn's Revenge is amazing, not boring. Slow is what I meant to say. But it's so well paced. Like, there is a fetch quest in there, don't get me wrong, and I do not like the fetch quest. I don't really like a lot of the playing as Batman in it. I like playing as Robin. I feel like that's where it shined the brightest. And the Wonder City robot enemies were such a good idea. Now, put into, like, the average game, I feel like they would have sucked balls. They would have been cool at first, but then later they would have just sucked. But put into the DLC the way they did, I have nothing bad to say about this game. Arkham City is genuinely one of the best games ever made. I even read an article. It got 28th best game ever made. I mean, 26th. Is that too low? Yeah, it should be, like, second, only to Undertale, maybe. Those two are, like, interchangeable. But I can handle that. And then Arkham Origins. This is gonna be a hard one, boys. Hard one for you guys to swallow because it's an A tier. Oh my god, I'm too good. Arkham Origins is everything Arkham City was, but slightly worse. The story was great. I have nothing bad to say about the story, actually. There's no joke here. I genuinely enjoy playing through the story of Arkham Origins. I've beaten it 5 times. I have less experience on it. I admit. I'm so sorry. But I do have the experience needed to make this tier list. Oh. I do have the experience needed to make this tier list, I tell you what. Because I've 100%ed it on Xbox 360 and PS3. So, I think I have the experience I need. And here is the big thing, okay? Here's the real big hoober. The only thing that stops it from being as good as City is it feels like a copy-paste. The story, oh my god. Okay, so the story was pretty good. The bosses, they are second to none. Maybe second to Arkham City boss fights, but that's a big maybe. Killer Croc is the perfect introductory boss fight. It shows you how to fight big enemies in the other games to a degree, but other than that, it's just genuinely a fun, enjoyable boss fight. Then you have the Electrocutioner, fucking hilarious boss fight. Then you have Deathstroke. Such a fun, innovative, original banger of a boss. There's nothing easy about him. Everything about Deathstroke is insane, and it gets your heart pumping. It's genuinely such a good boss fight. And then, let's see, you go through the game, nothing happens, and I think around here is when you have the option to fight Deadshot or Shiva. Both of them are bangers. Deadshot is what Deadshot should have been in Arkham City. Arkham City had a terrible Deadshot boss fight. Shiva, she's not too great. She's nothing to write home about. She's just a basic ninja, but harder. And then you get the shot gloves. Those were cool for combat. You could cheese the fuck out of the game, but they were cool, and they very much so made the combat more enjoyable than it was in Arkham City by like the slight sliver. Then Firefly was such a good boss fight. Oh my god. Firefly is a great boss fight. Like, it's nothing insane. It's very repetitive, but it's fun. It's very enjoyable. And then the ending of the game, chef's kiss. So good. So, I feel like it earns that A rank. Arkham Knight. I'm gonna do something that might scare some of you guys. It's better than Asylum. Every Arkham game is better than Asylum by leaps. Arkham Knight has the best combat in the game, in the franchise, without a doubt. But I feel like it's too good, and I know this is a weird criticism, but I feel like it's genuinely too good of combat. I often will go back to play Arkham City because of how not easy, because I have a firm grasp on how to fight in Arkham Knight. I on my Xbox One, I had every single achievement except for the Monarch Theater achievement. So I think that goes to show I have a pretty good know-how of what I'm doing. But I feel like it's too easy in that game, and I like going back to the games like City, Origins, and sometimes I'll go to Asylum for the combat fights, the combat maps, the challenge maps, just for fights, because it's so much more, like, harder. It's so much harder. But in all senses of the word, it is better. So actually, we're gonna move this to an A rank. In all senses of the word, the combat is better. It's just an opinion, really. Like, this is the only one where I feel like it's an opinion. All the others are factual. Obviously, because I am always correct. In fact, fuck it, it's not even an opinion now, it's fact. The Batmobile was good. The Batmobile was a genuinely enjoyable addition to the game. I feel as though, without it, the game would be lackluster. Yes, it was overused. I admit that to the fullest extent. And by the way, Batman shirt, funny as fuck. I'm so good. It was used too much and never reached its full extent of what it could have been. But I feel like a bat tank was really neat, genuinely. It was so fun to use. Stealth. What can I say? It's Arkham stealth. It's fucking fire. It's all the Arkham stealth has always been fire. That's one thing all the games have in common. Absolutely amazing fighting and stealth. The only issue is how you go about it in Arkham Asylum, but you know what I'm saying. Can't make everything a perfect game, unlike Arkham City. Sorry. Arkham City is genuinely the magnum opus of this franchise. But back to Arkham Knight. Traversal was fucking amazing. Oh my god, it was so good. Traversal was so good, and the only reason it's not an S tier or even better than Arkham Origins is because how long the story was. Oh my god, bro. Playing through the story, if you don't really enjoy the story of the game and you only enjoy the because I feel like personally this game can only really be played in bits and pieces for the full extent of fun. But well, what can you say? And then, Traversal is second to none. Traversal is better than an Arkham City, even. It was able to retcon a lot of things and not look like a fucking idiot while doing so. It was able to retcon why you couldn't go super duper duper fast in Arkham City. Got bad bat suit. It explains why you can't do field takedowns in the other games. Bad bat suit. A lot of it comes down to the bat suit you upgrade to mid-game. And that's cool. I think not mid-game, it's like an hour in, but still, that's cool in my opinion. So, I hope you guys enjoyed my definitive Batman Arkham gaming rating tier list. And, check out my Patreon, link in the description. And I'll see you all next time. Oh, also check out my Discord, link under my Patreon link in the description. And I'll see you all next time. Adios, mucacos.